Hi from Ubud, the co-working space in Ubud Valley, Indonesia. I have Gary Dykstra with me today. Hi Gary.
Hello.
And one thing that surprised me when I arrived here in Ubud almost 2.5 months ago now is that I really didn't expect from a developing country to have so many health food options, then eco-friendly ways of running local businesses, for example reusable straws in juice bars. I've never seen something like that before. I guess it's due to the expat community, but anyway, it was a surprise for me. And one more thing, a lot of local businesses accept Bitcoin as a payment option. And the man to blame for that is actually Gary. So Gary, what is your business about?
Well, we've got a kind of a grand plan to build a Bitcoin economy in Ubud. It's kind of a social experiment to see if we can't get people to use a different kind of money. So that's the overall goal. I've made a little bit of software to make it easy for merchants to accept Bitcoin, but there's basically we're trying to see if we can't get a little economy to take off.
So what's the name of your company?
It's Consensus Reality.
And from what I heard from you, you already have 16 local businesses in your network that are accepting Bitcoin at the moment.
Yeah, there's about 17 brick and mortar, but there are a few kind of virtual companies as well that are accepting Bitcoin. It's not a big number, but
It's a cool
growing.
start.
Yeah.
It's a good start. So most of them are like local businesses, restaurants, juice bars, cafes. I guess they're not internet savvy. They don't know so much about Bitcoin technical stuff. So what do they need to do in order to start working with Bitcoin?
Well, the interesting part about Bitcoin is they don't need an account with a bank, or they don't need to get an account with Visa or MasterCard. They can just use their computer to create an account number, and then once they've got a Bitcoin address, anybody can pay them in Bitcoin. It's a little tricky because the Bitcoin price is up and down, so we have to do a real-time lookup of the Bitcoin price in order to sell something for an equivalent of rupiah. But yeah, it's very simple.
So how does your company help them? Say we have a restaurant here in Ubud and you enter there, and what changes do you make?
Well, the software that I created will allow a business owner, if they're selling something for, say, 100,000 IDR, it will look up the Bitcoin price and then show a little Bitcoin price tag so that someone who's got Bitcoin to spend can do it easily. So it's a real simple web-based application that does the currency translation and then builds a QR code so someone can use their online wallet.
Helps a lot. And also here in Ubud you have weekly meetings. Then you're very trying to teach people about Bitcoin. Well, shame on me, I never joined. I should. I'm like super busy these days. Can you tell us in short what is it all about? What do I need to do if I want to start paying my food in Bitcoin?
Well, we do get together every week, and that's part of building the local community and building the local economy in Bitcoin. So we help people get started if there's any kind of, it's a different way of thinking about things. So it's kind of important to have a regular meeting where people can get together and basically figure it all out. So we do that every week, and depending on what you want to do, if you want to accept Bitcoin on your website, we can help you do that. If you're a local business owner and you're selling something and you want to sell things for Bitcoin as well, then there's also that help available. And there's also the personal, your personal, how you keep the Bitcoin safe, and you keep it on your phone, keep it on your computer, or there's even ways to print it out on a piece of paper and stick it in a safe.
Oh, really?
So we do all those things.
So you're back to paper.
Yes, back to paper.
Well,
Yes,
I
old
respect
school.
that. And you really seem to be passionate about Bitcoin. So what is it about this concept that you love so much?
Well, Bitcoin is a different kind of money. When you first learn about it, it's just like another currency like yen or the euro or the dollar, but it works in a fundamentally different way. It's a totally transparent money. And Bitcoin is really kind of a giant ledger in the sky, so everybody can see what's going on. A lot of people think that it's anonymous, but that's not necessarily the case. It's also very transparent. So I'm excited to see what will happen with society when they're using money that works in a different way.
In a transparent way.
Yes.
Yeah.
The money that we usually use, fiat money or money that's issued by governments, we never know what the total supply of that money is. right? And there's a lot of manipulation that takes place with interest rates and money supply. And Bitcoin is just it's much simpler and it's much more transparent. And I'm just curious to see what will happen to society when money works in the
Would you say it's a revolution?
It could be. It could be. Who knows what will happen? But it's very interesting in the meantime to just be a spectator and to participate a little bit.
You're not just a spectator. You
Yeah.
are making the changes. What are the next plans for your company here?
Well, we're trying to reach 100 merchants that accept Bitcoin. If we do that, then we'll kind of hit the radar of a bunch of registries around the world that keep track of Bitcoin businesses. Will appear as like a big dot on the map. And really we want Bali to be known as a Bitcoin-friendly destination. And maybe when people are thinking about where they're going to go, they might say, oh, well, Bali's, I can go spend my Bitcoin in Bali when we go. And maybe that will attract the nerdy Bitcoin people.
Cool.
out
Sounds
there.
amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gary.
You're welcome.
We learned something today.